By early May, Grant had crossed the river.
When this was effected, I felt a degree of relief scarcely ever equaled since. I was now in the enemy's country, with a river and the stronghold of Vicksburg between me and my base of supply. But I was on dry ground, on the same side of the river with the enemy.
The men knew they were cut loose from their base, knew they were going to be dependent for supplies on a very tenuous supply line. But Grant himself gave them confidence. They believed Grant knew what he was doing. And one great encouragement for their believing that was quite often on the march, whether at night or in the daytime, they'd be moving along a road or over a bridge, and right beside the road would be Grant on his horse, a dust-covered man on a dust-covered horse saying, "Move on, close up." So they felt very much that he personally was in charge of their movement, and it gave them an added confidence.
In 3 weeks, Grant's army, cut off from all communication with the outside world, marched 180 miles, fought and won 5 battles at Port Gibson, Raymond, Jackson, Champions Hill, and Big Black River, and finally surrounded Vicksburg itself, trapping 31,000 Confederates. On May 19th, Grant tried to take the town by direct assault, but was beaten back.
May 19th. Thanks be to the great ruler of the universe, Vicksburg is still safe. The first great assault has been most successfully repelled. All my fears in reference to taking the place by storm now vanished. Reverend William Lovelace Foster, Chaplain, 35th Mississippi Volunteers.
Grant settled in for a siege, resolved, he said, to out-camp the enemy.
It is such folly for them to waste their ammunition like that. How can they ever take a town that has such advantages for defense and protection as this? We'll just burrow into these hills and let them batter away as hard as they please.
On May 15th, Jefferson Davis summoned General Lee to Richmond. Something had to be done about Grant. Davis wanted to send part of Lee's army to relieve Vicksburg. Lee was against it. He had a bolder plan. The Army of Northern Virginia should invade the North again, striking this time into Pennsylvania. Lee would attack Harrisburg and Philadelphia and force Grant north to defend Washington. With luck, Washington itself might fall. It might even force Lincoln to sue for peace and recognize the Confederacy. Davis agreed. Everything now hung on Vicksburg in the west and Pennsylvania in the east. As Grant pressed his siege at Vicksburg, Lee moved north.